A very good evening to ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dancing Festival. And this evening, it's my great pleasure to have our wonderful 5 Japanese friends for the project Enigma led by Yoko to be with us this evening. And first of all, let me introduce Yoko, the team leader, and she'll explain and share with us introduce her teammates. Hi, Yoko.
Hi, I'm Yoko Koike, and then I'm a dancer and choreographer, and then also the original member of the Enigma. The Enigma, which piece, the premiere was 2012. And then, so that this time we reconstructed about this piece. So I introduced another member, so that it's easy to introduce themselves. It's okay?
This evening is okay because we're going to Japanese language as well as English. First project we started in 2012. And in fact, they premiered the piece in Tokyo as a first showcase on the 20th November. So I'd like to invite the first member, Junya, to introduce himself and also what is his role in the piece. Junya, please.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, Yoko and Danny. I'm Junya. I'm usually working as a curator in Yokohama, but this time I was asked to join as a dramaturg because I'm working and I was thought as a good person who use the language in the world. So Yoko asked me when she tried to deconstruct this piece of the Enigma, and I just supported like her production and mainly the Toru's interpretation of her dance work and the dance movement, and then so this time I'm dealing with the language part of this deconstruction of the Enigma.
Fantastic. We just have to introduce Mr. Toru.
Yes.
Hi to the audience, Mr. Toru, and say what's your role. And Junya will be able to explain or perhaps translate for us if necessary.
Oh, yes, I can speak something. I'm a composer, music composer, and I used to basically I compose for the dance theater or theater piece, mainly theater piece. My composing music, and also I'm working for some experimental groups. Many experimental group. Sorry, my speaking with trouble. My brain trouble. Say, just very. You should understanding. My composing music basically by computers and also electronic music.
Thank you very much. Then fantastic. We'll have Yoshi to share with us and introduce yourself. Mr. Yoshi, please.
Yes. My name is Yoshinori Takeuchi. ちょっと日本語でいきます。すいません。あんまり Sorry, I am poor English. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I will translate.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to just speak in Japanese from now on.
Okay. 今、エニグマでは、ライブ配信を担当しておりました。
This project of Enigma, the premiere performed on the 20th November. I was in charge of the streaming of the video, live streaming.
普段は、映像の、VJ をしたり、映像作家をしておりますが、職業は、ウェブ制作の会社に勤めています。
So I'm usually work as a VJ and video artist, but usually working as a professional and at the company of the website making.
Fantastic. Thank you so much then. Let's have the last team member, Hiei.
Hi, my name is Hiei. I joined as interactive programmer and I am sound and media artist. For example, tracing dancers' action and generate graphic and sound in real time. In Enigma, generate graphic from Yamanaka's sound, change to graphic from Yamanaka's sound.
Thank you very much for your introduction. And it's certainly, once you hear the fantastic introduction of these 5 members, you can really understand how interactive and how complex in terms of creative collaboration it can be. First question, maybe I can ask Yoko. Yoko, how did you manage to assemble such a fantastic team members to come together to work with you?
long time stories, and then so I had met Toru, and then I think the 10 years, maybe 10 years ago, almost. And then so I wanna learn from him because he had a lot of experiment, and then so that and after then he had a workshop on for the dancer, and then so I joined his workshop, and then so I learned a lot from him. Then
how did you discover Yoshi? How do you discover Junya? How do you discover Hiei?
And after the Junya is also the friend of the Toru. And
I had the day that performed in Nagoya. The different version of the Enigma 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago in Nagoya. Then I went there to see the performance. That was the first time to meet her.
Yeah.
What about Heya?
Then we met in Nagoya, and then also I asked him. So 1 year ago, I think 1 year ago, I have to perform in Nagoya, and then so he made some program. How can I explain Hiei-san のプログラムってなんていうプログラムですか?
Let me see, they are involved in the program and then you discover them in the program.
Yeah. I wanna collaborate with him, and then so I asked him to then so we collaborated. Then Take-chan is たけちゃんはいつって言えばいいんだ. This time I ordered to him.
I see. So may I ask you, because coming to work together for this particular conversation is about creative collaboration. And we know it's so important to collaborate as artists, right? But sometimes collaboration, it works well, it's fantastic, like what I saw in the showcase. But sometimes collaboration can be a nightmare because of different views, different ways of working, right? So I'm going to pose a quick question that anybody can jump quickly. What are your challenges when you work together as a group for such a project, Enigma? Because I saw the showcase, it was rather complex, where it was so amazing that I could see that so all the elements were involved, whether it's dramatic, whether it's in terms of visual sense, whether it's in music, whether it's live streaming, and it's not easy, right? So what were probably your challenge? Because each of you might have your own challenge. So maybe, Heya, tell us what are your challenges in working in this project?
This challenge is interactive programming is very difficult because there have some accident. But I want to challenge interaction in her performance.
I see. I can see the lots of visuals, and also because sometimes visual arts also play with lighting as well, isn't it? And then your visuals have to work with the music composition. Agreeable?
Yeah.
So
My interaction is generate graphic from her performance and Yamanaka-san's sound, from Yamanaka-san's sound to generate some graphic.
I see.
In real time.
So as a dramaturg, Junya, because in the opening, I saw you walking and you were narrating Japanese text. You know what I mean? Even though
Japanese and English mix.
So I'm actually, as a Singaporean, I don't understand, but I could sense something is building and building. So now I can ask you, what were you talking about in the beginning?
I actually just spoke both in Japanese and English because this is a live streaming for the worldwide public audience. So I tried to speak, but I don't know that the microphone worked or not. Anyway, so like I'm usually working as a creator, and this is my first time to join as in the production of the theater or the performance work as a dramaturg. So I saw that I can function as a sort of a caption for the work that will be played in front of the audience. So that I was also asked to talk in front of the audience by Yoko as a sort of the beginning of the performance, and then she wanted the audience to think about where is the beginning of the performance, and she wanted to blur the borderline between the performance and the talk. And I actually talk about I mixed up of the sort of the order of the choreography and sort of the caution or the notification that please turn off your mobile phone, this kind of the usual thing before the play. But at the same time, I combined the text from a Japanese novel. We referred when we recreated this work. So it's actually the combination of the sort of the, how could I say, I'm not sure.
That means you have multiple roles, you have to give instructions to make it interactive with the audience. You also have to take yourself as a performer. So you take yourself as a juxtaposition as compared to Yoko. So you're doing multiple roles. Fantastic. That dragged away from the normal curator's role. So you are living performer on stage. So it's a total different position for him, I would say so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So that's interesting. What about Toru? In terms of your music composition, usually you talk about yours as a digital music, right? So in this work itself, what probably your challenges in making this set of music for Yoko's piece?
This time, first I composed almost 10 years ago, but now I try to do something change a little bit, because I feel some try to change the feeling of the Enigma. So, and I try to put another music, my composing music, like a DJ style. Also, one part to change another part as a music, totally another kind of music I put in the Enigma's scene. So, and I try to change some feeling, because 10 years ago my Enigma sound is a little bit sad or a little bit dark, scary things. But this time I tried to be something opportunity, how to say, like not pessimistic, like opportunistic.
Hiei's visual complements your music to make it more positive and optimistic. Hiei's music, I see his music rather his visuals rather colorful at times.
I feel that.
Blue color is very strong, amber color, very focused in terms of the color sense that he employed in the visual sense.
I try to focus about that kind of feeling. I try to be more light, more happy, or how to feel about the Enigma. I try to think about. So in this time, I feel about what something bright and lighting so light, like daytime, almost not dark side, almost under the sun, like bright the feeling like that. I try to moving for the borders, dark side and bright side.
It's amazing that the project has been around for 10 years and it's a deep research from first phase to second phase and then to third phase. So it's very interesting if we as audience can understand that extension of the development from beginning to where you are now. I just curious about live streaming. I suppose live streaming is a very new added feature for Enigma because of COVID, because of that online. But I think the live feature has optimistic choices for audience. Whether the audience live watching it in the theater, at the same time audiences online watching from away. Even I was watching from Singapore when I was driving, I was watching. You see that? So I'm curious about Takeuchi. What probably your challenges this time that you think in working on live streaming?
OK。じゃあ日本語でいきます。今回そもそもライブストリーミングをやること自体が初めてでした。僕にとっては。
So actually, this is my first time to be in charge of the live streaming.
What are the challenges you might have encountered, Takeuchi? Any kind of challenges you felt during this process?
Any kind of process? そうね。なんだろう。まず最初は、そうだな。なんだろう。いろいろあるけど、まずカメラだったりとか、あとは、どうやったら、いい画角で撮れるだとか、あとは、音のライブの音源をどうしたら、今回ちょっといい音質で載せられるかっていうのは、とかも含めていろいろと挑戦させていただいたって形です。
So actually, there are many things I need to face. The challenging because this is my first experience, as I already said before, and like the choice of the camera and the position of the camera, the kind of thing, and how to transfer the good quality with the music. So this kind of a thing that I thought really hard to accomplish.
So I can see in terms of the showcase, it's so complex. I'm just curious about the kind of personal energy because sometimes as artists, when you work with different collaborators, you always want to get some form of energy from your partners, and then you hope that maybe some person will evoke more emotional content to you, and sometimes you have to give energy the other person, like dancers, like Yoko, when we are dancers, we have to give and take. So I'm just curious about, with this collective of 5 people, how do you think your art form, because each art form can stand alone, and each art form comes together, form great impact, like what we see as a whole, you see? So my question to any one of you is, which do you think that the work itself has evoked some form of emotional attachment to you? Of course for Toru, because you've seen 10 years, right? Maybe for Junya it's the first time, but has the work evoked some kind of emotional concern or drain you or draw you upon? I'm talking about emotional context. Yeah. So maybe Yoko, start with you because you have performed. The work that black box with the light, with the sound, with Junya, with the visuals and the live stream. Does that put you in a new space to evoke your emotional senses?
This time, it's a little bit different situation because the online streaming and also the real stage is very much different the situation, and then so then it's very challenging for me because that quick decide the how to make a piece and how to make make a performance. And it's でもどうしよう感情的にって言われてもそこなんだよね。そので、
I can understand that because as a performer, this is why I have great faith in Yoko. In fact, to be honest with you, I'm very
yeah,
very
at the
honored.
very yeah yeah the so real stage that we can we already know about the almost things, but this time the totally different situation, and then so my emotion it's okay the quick start, quick decide, quick and yeah.
This is why it's so amazing, and that's why I'm just having great faith in Yoko, because I have worked with Yoko before. We brought her to Singapore in 2016, and in fact, we come together in Guangzhou. Remember?
Yeah.
Speaking of faith, because for you as a performer in that space, and for you to organize everything, everything so organized is something very amazing. Yeah. So I want to ask your collaborators. After when you were making your art form, whether it's visual, whether it's music, whether it's live stream, but when you saw her perform in the real stage, how would you feel in that moment? Did you stir you something? Does it make sense to you? Junya, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm not on the stage. I'm just in front of the camera and in front of the audience. But my part is actually the outside of the main performance. So, and I was quite nervous, but I wanted to put myself into the unusual situation. I mean, the different from the curator's position. I'm inside, sort of the in another word, I should be on the stage. Even though that I said I don't feel like I'm on the stage. Anyway, so this is sort of my reaction to the theme of this time of the Enigma, the border. I wanted to put myself on the line. I mean to across the border. I usually don't step over.
I see. Because in the terms of the theme is ambiguous state of border. I can sense each of you are actually at the fringe of the stage, observing Yoko. So what about Hiei? When you see your visuals, do you have that kind of so-called instant moment that you want to make change, you want to add something? You know what I mean? How would you see the figure of a dancer in your image, and does that fit into your flow of emotions as well?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
内海さんすいません。翻訳をお願いします。
はい。なんかどうやってステージをこうやりながら見てましたかっていうのと、その小池さんのパフォーマンスと自分のその画像の、操作が合わさっていく中で、それが自分の感情にどう働きかけましたか？
自分の感情にどう働きかけましたか。そっか。翻訳お願いしてもいいですか？
はい。
まずその小池さんの動きに関しては、その小池さんの動きを、自分の映像で、なるべく、小池さんの動きにフォーカスするように持っていきたいなというふうに思っていました。
それはオーディエンスの意識がということ？
そうです、そうです。オーディエンスの意識がなんで、あまりにもこう映像の方に引っ張られることなく、あくまでその小池さんの背景として、映像が存在しているようにしたいなというふうに
So as it is a movement of the Yoko, I as a sort of the DJ, or this time the sort of the manipulating the visual, the effects as a background of the Yoko's movement, what I wanted to do is not to the emphasis, put the emphasis on my visual effects, but rather than that, I wanted the audience to focus on the Yoko's movement.
I see. Because I think the visuals, and the Yoko's, in terms of the body expression, is beautiful. I was rather captivated to see what exactly in terms of that kind of relationship between the visuals and the body and the lighting, in terms of as a photography way of expression, you see. Now, I'm also curious about Takei-chan, when it comes to live streaming, you know what I mean? How do you, because I know that this time is one angle, right, in terms of the video camera. So how do you see, if you have a chance to re-record or re-film it, how will you make a different approach?
先生、ちょっとごめん、こちらも翻訳いいですか？
今回のそのライブストリーミングでは、固定のカメラだったので一つのアングルでずっと行きましたけど、もしもう一回レコーディングできるとしたら、なんかどういう風にやりたいとかっていうのはありますか？
なるほど。そうだな。もし次やるときは、まずは、配信の映像にも、ヒエさんの作ったビジュアルを載せたりしたりして、表現を広められたらいいなとは思っていました。
So, if I have the next chance to record this kind of performance, I really want to show the visuals created by the Hiei. I mean, it's only on the wall, right? It has a distance from the camera, but I want to mix up the generating the visual, the images on the live streaming the screen.
Maybe for Yoko, share with us about what do you see the change in your Enigma, from the first version in 2012, maybe in the second phase in 2000, and maybe let's say assuming it's 2016, the Enigma 2020. So give a very broad idea, what are the changes?
So the first, the theme is sleep. The sleep is for me almost die, and then then now the change of the theme is border, and then so the border is the it's very much abstract for me, and so I had this. I'm researching now the surface of the body. The surface is body, also the border, but we have the surface of the body has a なんて言えばいいんだ。英語難しいな。内海くん、ちょっとお願いします。なんか体の境界面である皮膚から、なんか時間とか空間とか、世界との関係をリサーチして再考していったので、なんかそれを踏まえて今回は、このエニグマっていうものを考えていってるから、もう最初の眠りっていうものは、眠り以降っていうのは、その死っていうものって一体どういうことなのかっていうことに対してちょっとアプローチしてってたので、私は最初。だからそこからとはだいぶ乖離しているというか離れていっています。
So currently I'm researching, I'm interested in the surface of the human skin. It's a sort of the device to connect and rethink about the relationship between us and like the time and the space. So the as I already said, like the first theme of the Enigma in 2012 is sleep, and at the time that I thought sort of the sleep is directly connected to the death. Then I started to think about the death. This is a sort of approach in 2012, but it's totally different from that stage to the present because I'm now thinking about the human's body's surface and how it changes the sense of the time and space.
Fantastic. I can see that a 10-year project is like Yoko is, digging and having it very in-depth research. Each time she gets into her work, she's going to uncover lots of things, So it's kind of painstaking moments, I suspect, isn't it? So as collaborators, maybe last question for all of you, in your words, what do you hope to share with our international audience about your work after you have done your showcase?
一番でも怖いのは見えてるか見えてないかがやっぱり僕は今回はちょっと怖かったから、それの確認はずっとしたかったかもしれない。ちゃんと見えてるみたいなところかなっていう。
I actually quite felt like the scary, like if the audience the outside of Japan or the who watching the live streaming, is it the fine or not? So I want to ask the audience now, like did you watch or you clearly, and is that okay?
I enjoy, to be honest with you, because I think the good thing about the work is because it's multidisciplinary approach, because there are lots of elements. So even though it's one camera, of course you can play more tricks for sure. But at least with one camera, it does show the rawness of the work to the minimal level, and it just gives the audience, for me per se, right, from Singapore that I was watching live, I could see straight away the visuals. I could sense the music. I could see her visual as a performer. I could see the live stream. I could see you talking and walking. So I think the online has a different message to bring across. You know what I mean? This is why I think it's many layers of interpretation. This is something for us as artists to continue to investigate how close to our message they want to share. You see? So what about Hiei? Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the message that you want to share with the audience?
I'd like to try because our concept is very difficult, I think. So I have to try and expression our concept.
What about Mr. Toru? Because you have worked 10 years, Yeah. So how did you continue? Because sometimes as artists, after a while, we feel sick of it. We're too tired. Or sometimes artists will do something and then will throw aside, right? But how do you take it up and more, and it's 10 years investment?
And I tried to this piece. I feel about this piece a little bit more long. Should be more longer. I think I feel that now I'm feeling because
Junya say, is it too long or too short, Junya, for you?
No. Because this time we have new members, new collaborators join our piece. So we'd like to have another theme or another feelings of the visual things or dramaturgy things. So I try to focus about the new part in this piece, from this piece, and also I try to pick up some text of the Japanese novels. This time I try to focus about the Japanese novels this part, but we couldn't have not yet. So I try to more focus about dialogue things or visual things, and then Yoko's dance. What happens? Relationship. I try to focus about this. Okay. I'm sorry.
Finally, Yoko, share with
Okay.
us. You have completed your showcase and big congratulations, because I'm just moved, because for us to run an international dance festival online, is amazing, because we have 6 projects in 6 different countries, and each country facing the COVID world right now are working very hard to do what they can do best in their state of condition in their own country, based on the quarantine or based on the safety measures. So I must applaud your team for the wonderful work, because you made it live with real audience. At the same time, you have online, and despite of all challenges. So this is my personal gratitude to you for your hard work. So to sum up, I'd like Yoko maybe to share with us, what is your next step for Enigma that you intend the next step?
Okay. I would like to develop this project, and not only dance. I think that it's developed to some installation performance, and also some another kind of perform. We will find. We will find.
So thank you very much for the lovely collaboration dialogue. And I suppose you are speaking, all of you in Tokyo or different parts of Japan? So are all of you in Japan or different cities at the moment now?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yes.
different city.
Different
I
cities?
mean, Sorry.
多分で、ヒエさんって今どこですか？名古屋。
名古屋。
I
So, yeah, different cities like the Tokyo in
Yes, different.
Okay, so we have friends from Nagoya and some Tokyo and here and there. Thank you very much for spending the wonderful time for our creative collaboration dialogue. As you have heard, it's so lovely to have our wonderful collaborators for Enigma to share about, number one, the passion for love in terms of the arts that can stretch beyond 10 years to research for something that is so close to the heart. And you have musicians that follow through in terms of the 10 years. And you have imaginative power, whether in terms of VJ, in terms of the visual artist, and of course you have a new creator who walk out of his comfort zone to become a performer on stage. So this is what about creative collaboration about, pushing the boundary, like what our gentleman Hiei has mentioned. We would love to try and try again. The spirit of trying never dies. So once again, thank you very much, all our wonderful friends from Japan, to share our lovely work. And please, we look forward to catch up with you and see you more often somewhere online. And please say bye-bye to our lovely audience of this particular platform creative collaboration. Ciao, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.